Hello, my wonderful spirit apparitions. So, if you've come here from watching me react to Eat, then you'll know I didn't love it. So, I was going to be doing a Flux reaction like, I don't know, maybe next week or something, or a couple of weeks, just because, you know, I didn't want to hear them so close together, Eat and Flux so close together. However, after hearing Eat, I was like, I desperately need to hear Flux now, because I need to know if I'll like Flux, you know? I loved I Disagree, like you know, loved it, like in love with it. I was listening to it in the shower the other day, and I don't usually listen to a lot of the music that I've reacted to in my free time, just because I've got so much to react to. I don't really get to listen to an album again and again. So if I really like one though, like love one, I will. You know, still be rare, but like I will. And because I've had some time off, I was able to. So I really, really want to get into Flux, desperately, and that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I do urge you to go watch the Eat reaction if you haven't, just so you know exactly why I didn't like it and, you know, my explanation for it, basically. And yeah, it's just good to lead on to this. I've got a very pale face, but the rest of me is kind of, you know what? I'm a pale person, but making my face actually really pale makes me feel tanned. So I've got a pale face, but you know, the rest of my skin is just my usual colour, because I wasn't going to do the whole thing and just go completely pale everywhere. I don't even have the utensils to do so. Anyway, let's do it. I'm going to get right into it, basically. If you'd like to become a patron, linked in the description. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I shall follow you back. Okay, let's do it. Let's see if my ears are playing tricks on me, or if this is a sound that I will like, or will I hate it? Will I Disagree just be the reigning champion? Who knows? Flux. It's like really weird breathing. Oh, building. Oh, scared me. Ooh, ooh. Okay, I like this build up. Alright. This has like a familiar feeling to it. I quite like this. I quite like this. Okay, this is a good start. This is a good start. I kind of wish I could hear her vocals just a little bit more, but maybe it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. I like this a lot more though. I love this bit. And the way that chomps in. And then that comes in, the higher guitar. Really like that. Nice. That's cool. I feel like it's got a bit of a side chain going on as well. You know, the guitar and the sounds like it's going, you know, going in, out, bouncing, you know. And, you know, I've talked about compression before, but, sorry, I've talked about side chaining before, but it's when, like, you have, like, a bigger sound, you know, and the snare drum or the kick, I think the kick drum, sorry, pulls the sound in when you put a compressor on it. Yeah, I've described it before. That was really bad way of describing it. It's really good. I really like it. I like the way the guitar went dun, 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 and then, you know, them coming in like at different parts. That makes it quite nice to me, because like when little bits coming in, you then notice them. Like, I'm talking in general for everyone. When you hear one bit come in, then another bit come in, then another bit come in, it's easier to register when they're all together. So, yeah. You start hearing them, you know, in unison. Okay. That's good. That's just how it goes, yeah. You gotta flex and flow. Oh, it's gonna build. You gotta flex and flow. You get it. Oh, that's so good. I'm happy. That's really come together. Ooh, nice ending. Oh, okay, so it went straight to Lessen The Damage. But I liked that. It really came together in the end as well. Like, all those parts really just colliding together. See, that was like, you know, it had chaos. It had a lot in there. There's a lot of instruments playing all at once, but the EQ was really done well, so that like there was space for each instrument, you know. And when I talk about EQ, I've spoken about this before, but so like say if there's two low instruments, so like singing low and then a bass, right? So if you're going boom, and then a bass is also like a boom. If you change the EQ on them, so you can be like, oh, on the bass, I want it to sound deep, the deepest, right? So you'll amp up the lows and take away a bit of the high. But then with the vocal being low too, you're like, I still want it to sound low, but what you might do is just lessen the low a little bit and add up a mid, you know, just so that there's some like differences. There has to be some differences, otherwise it sounds like a big mesh. But and like obviously it didn't have as much of like a bit crusher sound on it. At the very start there was a little bit crusher sound, and I imagine it was playing underneath throughout, but there was so much more clarity in the instruments than on the album Eat. And again, I've said like on the reaction to Eat, I was saying I imagine it was very, very, very intentional, but I'm glad that they haven't intentionally done it this time, on that song at least. Let's carry on. I love that though. Beautiful. That sounds good. This one has a really like pop punky feel to it, you know, like a 2000s kind of pop punk sound to it. Like not as like fun as pop punk was, not as like, you know, not as like a light. I suppose it has a heavier sound to it, but yeah, it does have that nostalgic feel once again. From the 2000s, for sure. Just like an I Disagree. Hit you where it hurts now, don't you try to run. It reminds me of something, I just can't think of what. And you know what I'm gonna do. When I say ready to go, and the serotonin will flow. Lessen the damage, lessen the damage. Nice! Lessen the damage! That. that's really good. Oh yeah, that's got good power. Okay, that was pretty cool. I quite liked that. Didn't love it, but I almost loved it, so I really liked it. Yeah, that was really good. I liked the way it had like a bite to it, like a real, and then it went into like clarity. It, you know, it bounced around a little bit dynamically with the kind of bite, the bit crushy distortion sound with the clarity sound. It was nice. It was nice to hear a bit of both. Interesting. Right. I think I've heard this one on Patreon. I did a live song request, and I think I heard this one, So Mean. I think I heard it, and I did quite enjoy it, actually. I was like, wow, this is different from my Disagree. Yeah, see, this one has a very pop rock, pop punk feeling to it. It actually reminds me of McFly. Do you remember McFly? You know, she's just a loner with a sexy attitude. I'd like to bone her cause she puts me in the mood. You know? And the chorus is like, everybody wants to know her name. She's just a weirdo with 5 colours in her hair. Something like that. But yeah. It reminds me of that a lot. Weirdly, at the start. I need to hear it again. How did she get so mean? Like, it's not the same melody. It's just the same kind of, like, colourfulness to it. Like, it's got something fun about it. Yeah. I love this actually. I wonder, because I have heard this once before, literally once in a live stream, so it feels like a bit of a blur. It was like a couple of weeks ago, I think now. But I wonder if subconsciously that's why I'm enjoying this so much, because I do have some sort of like a familiar feeling with it. But I really, really do quite like this one. Again, it's got a lot of like, there's a lot of bands that spring to mind, a bit of Paramore as well. In a way, a bit of No Doubt, you know, little parts spring to mind about what this reminds me of, you know? Sum 41, Blink 182, even Avril Lavigne actually. That's very catchy. Break it down now. She could never feel it. How did I get here? How did she get to me? Go on about that bit. I was about to go, how did, and then she said, how did I get here? I was like, oh. But that sounds like, you know, that poppy, you know, that kind of voice in the old little video she used to do, you know, that like, how did I get here? That kind of like vacant sound. I like it. And then the scream, to be like, ah, get away, almost like trying to get that person away in a way, the old self. Yeah, I love that. I'm so happy that I'm listening to this right now. I mean, what the hell? Thank goodness. Thank goodness for me anyway, because yeah, I was a little worried when I listened to Eat. So yeah, this is great. On the Level. that. I like that. I really like the drum beat, very kind of, you know, moved in different ways, not the straightforward dun 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 dun, you know, had little, you know, a bit of spice to it, and the little bits of guitar like ding, you know, coming in. Liked it. And then as it's gone into the chorus, it's all joined together, that tension and release that I often talk about. The tension of all like the sounds separated from each other, then the releases are all coming together. I like her saying this on I met someone on my level, and it sounds like she's going up in levels with her vocal. That's kind of cool.
I found someone on the level.
They start adding the harmony.
It's all progressive. Take me along for every ride. I put my heart out on display. Level.
Ah, nice. I like how she said, and now I feel like everything's okay, or now that I know that everything's okay, because that just reminds me of the I Disagree album. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. When she says that in that song, you know the song name, don't you? You know it. Is it Don't Go Outside, or is it Sick of the Sun? No, it's Don't Go Outside. Yes. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels like a callback to that maybe, but or maybe not. This certainly feels like not listening to an album from 2021. Not at all. Nice. I can't really just let that slide. I can't. I was just going to carry on, but I can't. It's just got such a nice, you know, it's got a lot of push and it's got a lot of pull, and a lot of nice drum pattern going on, and like, you know, like pretty sounds. It's like, and then go straight back into that nice sound. I like that though.
Found someone on the level.
Yeah! The drum beat is a very like doo up, shit up, doo up. No, listen. Doo up, shut up, doo up, shut up, doo up, shut up, doo up, shut up. Yeah, it's got a bit of a doo-wop feeling to it. Maybe I just somehow applied that in my brain. But, you know, I kind of like that though. I like that. I really like that. Again, at the start of the song, I was like, getting into it. And then suddenly I love it. By the end of it, I'm like, I love that. That's amazing. Yay. All right, next song is Hysteria. Okay. Slightly 80s feeling to it.
I can't say I'm in control of my moves. You light me up like a short fuse.
Wow. Gives you a bit of Susie and the Banshees. Me too.
It's just my hysteria. Didn't mean to do you no harm. Didn't
like the whisper. Hysteria. I wonder if you can hear that. Oh, that's really beautiful. Or the screaming in the back there on this side. Wow. The imagery. Wow. Ooh, interesting ending. I liked that one. That one was a mesmerizing one for me. The imagery was like, oh my god, why does sometimes the imagery is like, some songs I have no imagery and like I'll have one colour, or like some songs I don't even think about the colour. That one, I closed my eyes and it was just like going forever and ever down this like, it's not even like, I don't even know if it's a real thing, but it was like a space thing, like a tunnel, like a circular tunnel. And it was like you were zooming through it, so it's like all like rushing all at once. But it was like a mum with dark brown hair and her daughter just holding hands with dark brown hair. They're not actually moving, they just stood there as the tunnel like rushes past them. And there was like, you know, slight like blue lights up here. Then, you know, she's screaming over here and you think of actual Hysteria with that. But yeah, a lot of like, yeah, it was mainly the tunnel and was the biggest visual. That one was like quite overpowering. I actually had to like open my eyes for a second just to be like, am I being weird? You know, it was just like rushing though, and rushing. That was pretty cool. All right, that was a good song too. I feel like I'm gonna relate to those lyrics, or at least understand. All right, next song, Her.
Give her a face, give her a name that isn't hers, then make her yours. Say she's adored, call her a whore, then pick her up, throw her on the floor.
Wow.
I'm getting to know her, but not with her anger. You won't recognize her if you encounter her back together. Give her a
I like the feel of this. It's dark, it's grungy.
tell her to stay. Run out to keep her scared. You expected her to care.
Oh,
Have you observed and what have you learned? The girl that you knew will never be yours.
wow. The screaming again. Reminds me of Billie Eilish in Happier Than Ever. Wow. This one has something very deep hurt about it. Okay. That one had something, yeah, very deep, and like that grungy sound was meant to be with that, because it had that real like da 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 da, because it's got that darker sensation. The words literally do. Glad it didn't go on too long. You know, that sound was great for that compact moment. Yeah. All right then. Next one is called Bloom.
Under the ashes of disaster, when nothing more than didn't matter.
Love that drum again.
Uncertainty I cannot even measure. Can't measure it all. Cause now I feel untimely pressure. Still it
that guitar coming up. I can imagine this one live. Very interestingly, I was just listening and I was hearing that guitar rise up, and I was like, I said I could imagine it live because I can imagine this developing into something massive. And then I thought of the word bloom, and I thought, bloom, it could bloom into something bigger and bigger, you know, bloom into something massive, like a huge flower. And then as I'm thinking that, she goes, bloom, and it, you know, it sounds like a little fairy garden. And it wasn't what I was imagining to happen, but I'm okay with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wonder where it'll go from here. But it is still blooming. Yeah, see, this sounds like a flower garden, you know, and she's all like, I have a feeling it's going to have a real bite to it, though. Okay, there's going to be something at the end, or what? There's going to be something drastic. So much tension. There's so much rising sounds. Nice. Can't measure it all. So many false rise ups. You imagine it to go into something deeper or bigger, but it's like soft. Interesting. You know, I was talking about how I felt like it was going to bloom into something, but what it feels like a constant, like, growth rather than it ever getting to an end of finally blooming. It's more about like the blooming process, if you know what I mean, because all these rises, then it transitions into something else. It feels like everything is just moving. You know, when it went into the soft bit, that feels like a slight bit of a bloom, but not really. And then now the soft bit is like kind of progressing, different instruments coming in and so on. So the blooming is a constant thing that is happening. This flower is continuously blooming, but never quite getting to the full, you know, peak. And isn't that what we are as humans? You know, we're always growing. So, I wonder if it's intentional. It's all like a vocal song. Oh, that's quite pretty, actually. Oh, maybe that. Sorry. Maybe that itself, like the end is the peak. Maybe. Maybe I'm getting just too obsessed on that. But I don't know. I feel that way about it. But that was quite an ethereal, beautiful, pretty end. It felt like a real, like an end, like a moment of like peace, which I think is lovely. All right, next one, As Strange as It Seems. Let me go back. Okay, that drum sounds nice, the reverb. Another 80s feel. vocals here are barely a whisper. You know, she's like, what did I do? And like, but very, you know, doubled, and the microphone, you know, it sounds good in the mix. It doesn't have like that like emptiness to it. It sounds very here and present, but it is barely a whisper. It's vulnerable. These ones give me a lot of visuals, you know. I think it's that spacey sound to it. My brain. And this is why I will not take hallucinogens, because I don't think I'd ever come back from it. Because what is it about these particular sounds? I think it's the spacey sounds and all like that. Yeah, because I'm seeing beyond a lot. Like, it went from being like, oh my God, I wish I could draw some of these things, because like, well, that would be lovely. I'm not very good at drawing though. But I could see like a ledge of a cliff, like but it had like a peak bit, so you know, it was like almost shaved like that. And I could just see like a river, but it's not like a big waterfall. It was just like a kind of almost just like falling off of the cliff, like a stream coming down the cliff, you know, and falling off like the ledge bit, so it all falls down like that. So it would be a waterfall, but it's like a very slow stream in like a abstract kind of sky with like a golden like orange sun, just very circular, but you could look at it and almost see it more than we could see it as humans. Otherwise we'd blind ourselves, so we could see it a bit clearer. And then, so that's that one image, and then it went from like, then I saw like a stag like running through a woods in like a sunlit woods, and it had a story to this stag though. It sounded actually crazy. It was like running and like from something, but then it ran up to something and like had a majestic look as it looked out at something. There was like a sense of like running away, but heroism at the same time, like being a hero, running away but wanting to come back to save the family, you know, getting away to safety but wanting to come back, if you know what I mean. And then as it transitioned into the chorus part, this one's quite a funny image, but I saw like a little Cupid, you know, cherub, and it was like this, and it had like all the stars in the background, and it just surged forwards, and it was a pale green colour, and it had little alien like ears on and like spiky kind of cartoonish, you know, like pop art cartoon or comic book like cartoon stuff around it. I don't think I can describe it, but it looked like a sticker almost, like surging forwards with the night sky background. This might be really boring, but I thought I'd let you know because it was very, very intense, very intense. And it's funny because I have had someone say to me before, oh, so weird faking synesthesia just to seem cool. And it's like, I really don't think I could make up what I just said. Like what I just said, I don't think I could just make up like that. I would have to be extremely imaginative. Well, I am imaginative, but I'd have to be extremely like, you know, fast I don't know. I stutter as it is, so I don't know how I would have made that up. But but that's what I saw. You don't have to believe me, or you can. I mean, it's my mind, and minds are weird, and all of our minds do crazy things sometimes. Anyway. Nice. Alright, we're into the last song now, called Never Find My Place. Also, I wanted to say, with imagery, I like to close my eyes. When something has like a bit of imagery to it, I like to close my eyes because it gives it a better background. When I have my eyes open, it can be a little bit much. But also, closing my eyes allows it to flow a little bit more. Okay, right, Never Find My Place.
Tonight I'll eat my brain and maybe find a resolution. Tonight I'll cure my pain.
Wow, I like this sound.
No one here is free and clear. An evil on your face.
Oh God, this is so familiar again.
Pick up the gun.
I like that. That's such a familiar sound. Okay, that just really sounds like something. Oh, like with the I Disagree album. Do you remember I constantly was saying like, oh, it sounds like this, it sounds like that, it sounds like this, but there was some that I couldn't pinpoint. This again, maybe it's not like because it sounds like a particular song. It's just a particular style, a particular era, and the note choices, the melodies. You know, it did have a slight bit of Massive Attack in there as well. You know, in the verse area. Okay, I really like it. I like that.
It's been 5 years tonight. There isn't time for reminiscing. Needle in my side. I force my fears to disappear. Uninvited. Pick up the gun. Take what's mine and get my space. 'Cause I know that I will be fine.
Yes! I would love to be at a festival for this. Ooh! Yay! Nice! Ooh, come on! Oh, yes! Oh my god, that's so good! Oh my god, the progression!
Take what's mine and get my space. 'Cause I know that I will be fine if I never find my place.
Oh my goodness, that is so good! Are you kidding? I loved that! And that is the end of the album, my friends. Oh my gosh, after doing all that, I kind of forgot about Eat. I did. I just was like, wow, I'm enjoying this a lot. I'm really enjoying it. Wow, okay, that last song, I love the progression. It would tease you a little bit, like you know, just like, and then continuously built, like a very like shoegaze moment, very prog rock feel to it in a way, like a big progression epic moment at the end. Really good way to close the album. I really loved that. I had so much imagery, so much thoughts throughout this album. There was a lot of clarity to the sound. I also feel like when I'm editing, things will become even clearer, things will be even better. I'm coming off from having a cold, so my head does feel a little bit spacey, but not that bad. So I feel like I took that one in so much better than Eat, and like, I kind of feel bad about Eat now. I feel like I want to hear it again just to make sure, because maybe I am just being weird today. I don't know. But I'm going to listen to it when I'm editing or whatever and see what I think. But this one, I know very clear that I liked it. I know I liked this one. I Disagree is still the reigning champion for me, just because, I don't know, there's something about I Disagree, but I think Flux could come in with some of those songs on Flux, actually. I think it could come in as a very close second. Like, when I think of the actual songs, so first of all was Flux, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, I like it. It was a good start, but I was just come off doing Eat, so I was still a bit like, okay, but I did like it a lot more. I like the dynamic, it was very good. And then there was Lessen The Damage, another one that was good. Is that the one that had like instruments coming in now? I don't know. Between Flux and Lessen The Damage, my mind's a little bit blank now, but I knew I liked them. So Mean, that's when I was like, I love that. I love So Mean. On the level, I was started off like, this is cool, but then as it went into chorus, I really enjoyed it. Hysteria, I felt like had some lyrics that I was like, not me, no. I mean, I'm gonna look into them more. I might not relate at all, but I definitely, like I said, I understand. Then there was Her, and it was short, and I was glad it was short because it had that real deep grungy feeling that's kind of like moody, but that I really like, but it suited the shortness, if that makes sense. I like the words to that too. Bloom had all those like feelings of it was going to go somewhere, and then it would go to places, but not quite where I expected. It felt like it was forever growing, and then at the end there was a slight bloom. Then As Strange As It Seems, well, we obviously know with that one, I just kind of floated away. I was seeing all sorts. And then Never Find My Place, yeah, phenomenal. I genuinely really like that. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reaction as much as I liked listening, and I'm really glad I did it. So, yeah, follow me on Instagram and I shall follow you back. Please comment, please subscribe, please like, for the engagement and so on like that, and obviously subscribe so you can see more of my stuff, my videos and reactions if you liked this one. Anyway, and bye!